Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you watch my previous crypto update, you will see that Bitcoin broke out of its couple of week downtrend, broke out of that wedge and headed higher towards past $47,000. And many altcoins moved alongside it. We saw Algorand move, we saw Cardano even move, but slower at 4-5%. But there was one coin which stuck out, which is still down now at about 5%. And that is COTI. Why has COTI not moved? Is there something wrong here? Or is there an opportunity which the market is missing? Let's take a deeper look. So, COTI. Do you want to spend some more time diving into COTI as opposed to covering all those coins on the other videos? Let's spend some time looking at COTI's chart specifically. So, in that video, you would have seen, and yesterday as well, we discussed that we're heading towards a bit of a wedge. We're getting a bit of a wedge here on the 4-hourly, where you can see this uptrend. And you can see the top of the resistance at 66 cents. We tried once, we got rejected. We tried almost again, we came back down. We tried again, we came back down. But you'll notice we're creating higher highs. Okay, so if I take my pen, you can see we're creating one high there, creating another there, and another there. So we're still in the uptrend, but the resistance is at one level. So we're always getting wedged in between these two, and eventually over the next, let's take a look, how long will this be? Let's measure that. So eventually over the next, why is it not having it? There we go. So over the next kind of 3.5 days or so, we're going to get to the end of this wedge. Okay, so it can happen before then, but up to then, we're going to find out, are we heading back down to the top of this larger wedge, which could be anywhere below 43 cents? Or are we going to break to the upside and break this local high of 66 cents? And obviously, we're going to want that one. Now, that's what's happening on the 4-hourly chart. But let's zoom out and look at the technicals a bit further out. So let's take a look at the daily. And what I wanted to show you on the daily was what we have been forming for a while here now on COTI. And that is a cup and handle pattern, okay? So for those who aren't familiar, you get a cup and handle pattern when you see this kind of a shape, okay? So the price is at a high point, the bears push it down, you have a fight between the bears and the bulls, it goes all the way back up, and then you enter a downward wedge. And that's what we had here. So we entered our downward wedge between 24th of August and 23rd of September. And then what happened was we broke to the upside, right? So it was helped with some of the announcements, but by 23rd of September, in the lead up to the summit, we broke out of this wedge. Now, when you break out of this wedge, your first target is this smaller white line, is at 57 cents. And you can see we've gone well past that. But your next larger macro level sign, which you can see by this big white line, which I had drew, actually sits at 81 cents. Okay, so your 81 cents is for your big move from this massive cup and handle pattern can take you up to 81 cents. So this is all setting up in a really nice bullish manner for COTI. And we just need to see more volume and more focus around this level. We've got to clear the 66 mark, which is acting as a clear resistance, and then you can head higher. And if we just look at the weekly chart as well, let's remind ourselves, when you're invested in these coins, let's remind ourselves of the trend we're on. Right, you can see this is an absolute tear. COTI's having a good time. So the fact that it's calling off a little bit today and it's down 4%, this is still one of the stronger coins on the market now, both technically and fundamentally. And I want to spend some time talking again about the fundamental aspects, because for whatever reason, the market is not registering this. And what this is the announcement at the summit that JED, the new stablecoin, will be issued by COTI. And for some reason, I think the market is completely underplaying this and they're missing out on this. And you know me, I want to look for opportunities. I want to look for opportunities where things have been undervalued. Everybody's all excited today that the market is green. I'm looking at the ones that are red. And that's why I'm making this video today, because the one key token which is red right now is COTI. And for me, if you were to look from a technical perspective, yep, that's one thing. We can see cup and handle pattern. We can see that we're creating an upward wedge. Can we move higher? Fine. But I focus more on my fundamentals converging with my technicals. And my fundamentals are saying, if ADA has chosen COTI to issue their gas fees, how can this not be beneficial for COTI, the token? If I'm missing something, somebody let me know. But if, you follow this process here, COTI will they'll mint and issue the JED token. The JED token will then be used to pay fees. Okay, so they'll pay the fees in JED. they will be minted and burned into Cardano, ADA, which the treasury of COTI will get to keep, and they'll be able to convert it back to COTI and share amongst its users. That's net inflows into COTI, more demand for COTI, and that's going to reduce the supply and drive up the cost of COTI. So this is a massive thing. If you imagine if I said to you, what's your favorite coin? Let's say it's Solana. Let's pick any coin, right? So you pick your favorite coin and you say now that all of Ethereum's gas fees are going to be needing that coin. Then obviously the demand for that coin is going to go up. So JED is a great initiative in order to have an asset which is a stable coin, which makes it transparent and easy for people to use the systems. Now, the other thing people are missing with COTI is they've partnered with Ardana. Okay, so they've partnered with Ardana, who provide a DUSD, that's a stable coin as well, and they're allowing you to use that stable coin through AdaPay. Okay, so a lot of companies are already using AdaPay, and now more companies will use it because you can pay through stablecoins. You don't have to pay through Cardano, which is volatile. You can pay for a stablecoin, DUSD. Now, the other thing coming back onto JED, which is an absolute game changer and is being misunderstood, is that JED doesn't have to be pegged to a fiat currency. Okay, JED can be pegged. It's an algorithm. Okay, it's the first algorithmically backed stablecoin. So it's just a formula which automatically buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells to keep the price locked to an algorithmically agreed price. Okay, and that's really important here. And I want to show you for those that kind of want something a bit more visual. So this obviously, this may scare some of you. I studied maths, so this kind of stuff is normal for me. But if you look at this bit and we highlight this section here, JED does not need to be pegged to a fiat currency. It just needs a target price. Okay, the target price could be a weighted average of the price of a volatile asset, a stock, index, an inflation index, etc. Guys, this is really important. I'm going to explain why. So currently, we've heard various things around the SEC and regulatory bodies having concerns around stablecoins, right? You've seen a lot of DeFi projects not doing as well as they should be doing in a bear market, in a bull market, simply because of this threat. Gary Gensler has spoken about it, that he's looking at these coins, he's going to deem them as securities, he's going to ask them to follow regulation process, and this is going to be a problem. So if he starts targeting stable coins, because they're pegged to a fiat currency, the US dollar, they're going to be on the chopping block. But JED isn't, right? JED can be pegged to anything, any asset, any price, any index, an inflation index, anything, any number. You can say, I just want to peg it to the number one, the pi, 3.14159, right? I want to peg it to pi. And therefore, it will just buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell to keep JED at the same price. It's algorithmically done. And that's the powerful thing here. So if that goes down, Cardano network and COTI have probably the most obvious alternative and the most suitable alternative to this trouble, which is stablecoins, right? So if tomorrow USD Tether and USDC gets regulated, people are going to be flocking over to JED. That means more Cardano being minted and, being utilized in the market. That means more COTI is going to be bought as and when the JED coins are minted and burned, okay, based on that diagram I was sharing. So there you have it, guys. Nothing to be concerned about on the COTI front. I'm not too worried about this at all. You can see that we had the run in COTI and the breakout at the time of the summit around the 23rd, 24th of September. And therefore, when Bitcoin was going down in that downward wedge, and now it's had its breakout, COTI's already had one. So I'm not surprised if it takes a few attempts to break that 66 cent mark, and then we can head higher. No different to how Bitcoin took numerous number of attempts to break its mark, and it will have to do the same for the $47,000 mark now, at 47,850 mark, which I've drawn on the chart as well. Okay, so nothing to worry about. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this type of content, then please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.